training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Ready? 60 outlaw.
Right there in the middle, 55. Hey, man, watch the boot, watch the boot.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First down Lions on a pickup of 13.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now back to throw. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Golladay. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. First down Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Complete. It's Johnson. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. First down Lions on a pickup of 13.
I don't mean to jump in on you, partner, but they didn't waste any time getting downfield, did they? I mean, a nice big play there.
3 plays, 3 successful plays in plus territory. Now this defense on its heels a bit.
It seems like they had something targeted there, doesn't it? It's like, okay, we've got a matchup we like coming right out of the gate. Let's go ahead and get right to it.
Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jerick McKinnon. And a short gain down to about the 33. The tackle that time by Zach Cunningham.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down.
Ready?
They'll set up a throw. And he'll find Golladay. That's complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Let's go. 50, plant.
Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now.
Please grip.
They're going to look to throw. This is caught. Only a yard in the completion. It's 2nd and goal.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Not here. Check 24, check 24.
Topper.
Switch.
2nd and 2. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. Those INTs all sting, but you throw one in the red zone, I think especially as a rookie, maybe it stings a little bit more.
I think what you're saying is they don't all count the same, do they? Right? Interceptions in the red zone that you've given up points now, those are precious. So you have to learn from those and in a hurry.
Reset.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 16.
Come on.
After the interception, here's Watson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
What's the ball? 24.
From the gun on 3rd, Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Devon Kennard in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Partner, we had their game last week where they had 6 sacks, so a little bit more momentum here again in the first quarter.
And last week it appeared that they were coming out of sprinters blocks, chasing the quarterback. So how do they continue that? How do they keep making it happen? Different looks, different disguises, different angles that they chase him.
They were so disruptive last week. We'll see what the trend is here as we go forward. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
2nd and 7 at their 49-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room.
Here's a 2nd and 7. He finds McKinnon, complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Well, starting drive number 2 off on the right foot. Completion for the first down. Drive 1 that had to be pretty frustrating because they moved the football. They just didn't get any points out of it.
But warm-up QB, too. Let's bring in the backup. I mean, my goodness, you take them downfield and you don't score points. You know I'm being totally facetious here, right? I'm just kidding. Nice first drive. Rarely do teams score on every single drive in a game, but they like what they did there. They just hope they can pay it off this time with some points. All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
2nd and 5. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The intended target, T.J. Hawkinson, 3rd down here.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. He'll look to throw. Open man is Galladay, complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 25-yard line. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Ready? 15, line it. 15 line.
Let's get that ball right here. Check, check, check. 2.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. T.J. Hawkinson His 4th touchdown on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Bryant's extra point up and good, and that makes the score 7-0. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jared Davis. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Let's go now. 60 outlaw. Hey, Delta.
Hey.
Hit it.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He'll get this one to Galladay. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. How about the first quarter he's putting together out wide? Pretty impressive.
I think that he likes the fact that we're playing this as a day game. You know, some guys, they respond better in the evenings. For some reason, it builds up. For this guy, day game, and he is off and running. You're exactly right. 100 might be conservative with the start that he's had here in the first quarter.
Yeah, by the numbers, he's on pace for 200-plus right now. They run it with McKinnon. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Hey, Zoo. Ready.
On play action, they'll throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Kenny Galladay is intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
Looking to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. That pick hurts a little extra because it was 3rd down. You were already in field goal range.
You know what he's going to hear all night, all next week? Situational football. Understand what's going on because you expressed it perfectly. 3 points were in their hip pocket. They had those. Now, those went by the wayside. You cannot make those kind of mistakes.
It's what you call a rookie mistake.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Out of the pistol, here's Johnson. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
You got motion man. You got motion man right there. 58 to Mike.
Hey, 31. Let him go.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Houston. Fielded at about the 28. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say that great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
This quarterback now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's first and 10. They'll look to throw here. Throw left side, taken in by Galladay. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 11 yards there and a Lion first down.
Let's go.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10. A first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
That's it. That's it.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. Because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Here we go. Double tight, double tight. Hey,
They give to Johnson going right. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. You don't see that a ton, do you? The cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Detroit Lions, first down. First and goal at the 5-yard line.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side.
push him back.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. T.J. Hawkinson with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. On 2nd and 9, Watson. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Devon Kennard racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Go get him. Go get him. Give me that. Let's go. Hey, Mike 40. Mike 40. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Here we go.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. He's got Fuller. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of the first as that leads to 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because The receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget.
Come
The
on,
Lions
set.
on third
90
down.
Wolf.
They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Team 6. Team 6. Ready.
They'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete. The linebacker, Zach Cunningham, there defensively to make that play.
All right, let's go ahead and try and get into the body and the mind of the linebackers. Yeah, I know they're bigger and stronger than I ever was, but in this situation, they understood what was going on as much as the offensive guys, because the offensive guys always taught, find the first down sticks and make the play. But on defense, what do you want to do? Guard the first down line. Make sure they don't get there and tackle them in front. They were able to drop in their zone coverage, figure out where the first down line was, and end up making the play, swatting it away so they couldn't get the completion.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. They begin the drive with Johnson. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage, because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they're bringing your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offense...
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here, 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
Watch the deep grip.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Screen play, McKinnon. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to work.
And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. It's their quarterback on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Bryant's extra point up and good. And it's now 21-0. Yeah, after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. A shotgun snap for Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Looking deep downfield. And got his man complete. And they do finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 41. Well, that certainly changes things.
Yeah, I think the thought process is they take this lead into the locker room, run something simple here, and run the clock out. Instead, they get the big play. Now they have a chance to increase what they've done in the first half.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. First down, Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup.
Let's go now. 15 Lions. 15 Lions.
Let's go. Jam.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
60 outlaw.
An incomplete pass leads to second and 10 from the 25. Second and 10. And his throw is incomplete. Kenny Galladay, the intended receiver, and it's third down. So back-to-back incompletions. Third down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. It's the former Patriot Devin McCourty. So his struggle is just continuing here in the first half, throwing the football. Charles, now 3 interceptions.
And they don't feel like they're just great plays by the defense. There's a sense that maybe he's a little careless with the football now. So some of the great coaches in the past, you know, they've always said, I can't teach you, obviously, because you're not listening. So maybe the bench can teach you. He's got to be careful now. He might get pulled.
Being chased out left. He's going to take off with it. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Reset. 19. 19. 58 to Mike. 58. 9. Go.
Looking to throw again on second down. Watson to the catch made by Hopkins. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Certainly worth noting he's now 1 catch away from 600. He's at 599 in his career. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's incomplete, broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about. Well, he was just trying to contain DeAndre Hopkins, and he got a little too close.
And because of his ability to line up in different spots on the field and come at you from different angles, different guys have to cover him, and all of them have the same issue. How do you do it without interfering? In this case, it didn't get done.
So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for first and 10. From the gun, here's Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
You think you won't get this? Hey, alert 3, alert 3. Hey, 59. Hey, go, Mike 40, Mike 40. Hey, come on, yo, come on. 59. Mike 40, Mike 40. Check, he's coming, he's coming. Here we go, here we go. Stay at home, stay at home. Stay at shut.
Watson just beating the play clock. Buying time to his left. Now he'll pull it down, and he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
It's set. 19. Alert. Coming in.
Watson now from the gun on third down. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Back of the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is fourth down. They will indeed snap it to Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Damon Harrison bringing in 341 pounds of power for the sack. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full speed.
They'll throw now on the final play. His throw incomplete. So we've reached halftime here in Detroit with the Lions out on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Damon Harrison, the one on the stop.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans.
Get away from him. Mike 40, Mike. Here we go. 40's the Mike. Squeeze. Hey, 31. Watch twist.
3rd and long, it's Watson. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Nifty move. Fights him off.
We got this.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like? Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. And an alley to run. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
Move it.
Hey, 4-1's Mike. 4-1's Mike.
Don't let him breathe. Don't let him breathe. Play that tight D. Don't let him breathe, defense.
Ready.
Back to throw. Looking downfield for Jones. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 44-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
At the 50-yard line.
They go to Johnson again. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
On 1st down, it's Watson. It's complete to Fuller. That's good for a Texan 1st down, a 12-yard pickup.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Got the 1st down inside the 10, and he'll finally be taken down at the 2-yard line. A good pickup there at 22. They'll run it with Johnson, and this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. One man in the backfield. That's Miller, 2nd and goal. Here's Watson. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Jordan Thomas, his first touchdown on the year. And the Texans cut into that lead. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some 1st downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Undercrush, under.
Topper!
Johnson running right. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still had the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
I'm coming after you.
Get it.
Now back to throw. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. They'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Like how they've started the third quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their second win coming out of the locker room. Now they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. They'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Bernardrick McKinney, the linebacker, picks it. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit.
He's got a man, complete. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And they are going to set up shop at the 32. Two-yard line. And this is one of those bang-bang plays, Charles. Did the knee hit first, or did the ball come out first?
This is where you need that 20/20 eyesight, don't you, Brandon? You've got to see which one happened first. If the knee hit the ground, then they will keep possession.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3. 3 quarters in the books. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Reset. 88. 24.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Watson, and his throw's going to be incomplete. Knocking it away there defensively, Justin Coleman.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
Well, sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well. And if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing.
Touchdown, Houston. Duke Johnson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. Devin McCourty brings him down.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. With that matchup, the adjustment that was made, you have a blazing guy on a blazing guy, and defensively, he won that battle.
The closing speed is the key. When you have a guy that fast and he can close at the end of a play and knock it away, that's a big deal, and we just saw him do it right there.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. He'll look to throw. Now look at this. this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
Check. 40's mine.
After the interception, here's Watson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. Check. Crunch. Check it. Hey, 31.
Throwing again is Watson. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 10. He finds his target, Fuller. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Let's go.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And an alley to run. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Hey, I'm not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, they want to ride him down the stretch. He should have fresh legs.
Forced out to it, and it's a touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown run as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point.
Well, this was a pass all the way, but he just kept buying time, didn't he? It was kind of like, wait. Oh, it's open. Time to hot-foot it and go. And, boy, was he successful.
Yeah, didn't go to the outside toward the pylon, just straight ahead, middle third of the field.
Shortest distance between 2 points. Straight line.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Get ready.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They'll need to regroup after the costly interception last time. It led to a tying touchdown. 21-all is where we stand, and they've got it 1st and 10. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Open man, he's got it, the tight end Hockenson. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. 23 yards on the play.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? It sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him.
He's coming smooth.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
The Lions on third down. Not quite 50%. 4 for 9. This will be 3rd and 5.
Get it.
They'll look to throw again. Flush to his right. And that is incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Again, it's Johnson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
58 to Mike, 58 to Mike. You remember me? You remember me?
Out of the gun, Watson. Then he's got the completion to Hopkins. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
First down.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On 1st and 10, Watson. And the catch made by Johnson. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that'll make this a 2nd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 2nd down, Johnson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A pickup of 11 and a Texans 1st down. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. On 1st down, Watson. Escaping the pressure right. He's got a 1st down and more inside the 30. And he gets this one down to the 24. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a 1st down.
Set. 19. Mike 40. Mike 40. I'm here all day. I'm here all day. Hey, check 24. Check 24. 59. 54.
Back to throw. Steps away to his left. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
He's back to throw. He gets this one to Johnson. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Back to throw. Complete. It's Johnson. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. They still got 2 timeouts. Got to start using them, don't they?
You absolutely have to. You save them for this situation, but you have to use them.
That's it, baby.
Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
19! 58, come on! Come on, baby, come on, let's go!
Here's Watson on the sneak. And no signal, but I don't think he got the surge behind center. No, he's going to be kept out of the end zone. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
58.
And with 4 seconds remaining, they will call the timeout. So just enough of a cushion there to bring on the field goal unit and try to send this one to the extra session. Kaimi Fairbairn now to attempt the Texan field goal. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. Kaimi Fairbairn now to attempt the Texan field goal. 4 seconds to go. This would send us to overtime. And his kick is no good. Oh, by the slimmest of margins, he missed it wide to the left. Well, they got themselves in position to at least entertain the thoughts of an overtime, but as it turns out, it was not meant to be, Charles.
And you feel bad for a kicker in this spot. He's going to have to shoulder a lot of the blame, but in reality, this will be a team loss. They didn't do enough collectively to get the job done.
Ready up.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. Open man is Galladay, complete.
Let's go, baby.
So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and it's going to be their defense that gets the ink in the headlines tomorrow, and for good reason. They forced 5 turnovers in this game.
And while we were watching this game unfold, I kept thinking about when we did our training camp tour and something that you noticed along the way. Just about every camp we visited, when the defense got together, everyone was doing ball drills. Defensive linemen, linebackers, secondary, because they understood how vital it was to take the football away. And they wanted every opportunity. When the ball was knocked free, they want all those guys to be familiar with touching the ball so they could pick up the fumble or get the interception. And we saw it pay off in this one here.
Yeah, 5 times. They'll remember this one. So for Detroit, their strong September has carried over to October as they move to 5-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for the Texans, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.